let me see, my Scorpios. Please make sure to get my book at Amazon or Barnes & Noble. Well, Amazon.com. The link to that is in the description box below. If this reading resonated with you, then what it is that you want to do is book a private reading with me. The link to that, to my website, as well as my email address, are in the description box below. All right, so let's get into it. So for you Scorpios, okay, let me shuffle up the cards a little bit first. All right, so y'all have the Seven of Pentacles, the Emperor, the Eight of Wands, Two of Wands, the Ten of Cups, Queen of Wands, Ace of Cups, the Six of Cups, Four of Swords, and the World. Okay, so what I'm seeing here for you Scorpios is it's wild because a lot of you Scorpios don't really get the major arcana that represents y'all. So what I'm seeing here for a lot of you is a lot of you Scorpios right now should be honestly in a situation where you Scorpios should honestly be in a situation right now where you're basically calling the shots of your own life. Okay? But you really like this person whom you're in communication with, and unfortunately you don't necessarily think that you're in control of your own life for some reason. The Eight of Wands, the Two of Wands, right? You have the Emperor, which is supposed to be you the correct way, and then you have the Eight of Wands and the Two of Wands. The communication that you're having between yourself and this person, and this is about how things may not necessarily add up the way that you want it to. You think that you have some elements of control, but okay. So with the Six of Cups here, this is someone that you used to hang out with romantically, and that you felt something for this person. But the Eight of Wands and the Two of Wands is that this person, you like this person so much, it almost felt like you and this person had a very strong bond. But you thought that you didn't have that much control over your own life because of the animal magnetism, right? This person was mesmerizing. You were mesmerized by them. You couldn't say no to them. That's interesting. But then the Ten of Cups happened. The relationship hit its peak, and then it pretty much became all downhill from there. The Queen of Wands, they started to do their own thing, and you wondered what was going on once they started to do their own thing. So maybe the two of you may have had some form of celebration, and after that they decided that they weren't going to actually put in too much of an effort in the relationship anymore. The Ace of Cups and the Six of Cups represent how the Ace of Cups and the Six of Cups is all about how now this person is ready to come through, supposedly, and try to offer you that love that you've been looking for. One where the two of you are in a relationship together, cohesively, interdependently. They think that they're ready to give you the real thing, even though they may not have necessarily been able to do that before. But I will say too, the world represents how you Scorpios are not going through that again. And Scorpio is even on the card, right? You have the ego, which is Scorpio, the person, which is Aquarius, the Leo, with the lion, which is Leo, and then the bull, which is Taurus. And this represents, right? And then you have the doorway. I'm go ahead and leave it right there. Leave it up to interpretation. What is the doorway for us coming here? You know what it is. It means many different things. It's layered, right? So the world is about like how you Scorpios, obviously you don't want to go through that again, dealing with this person, because you'll feel like you haven't learned your lesson, and that you're not one step closer at the very least towards finding someone that's really for you. So a lot of you Scorpios are like, I don't want to go through this again because I'm supposed to be learning from my relationships. Very good. Yes, you are. So you are supposed to be learning from your relationships. But the world, you walking away, may be a very good decision that you make. It may be a very good one, because this person should have done that the first time around, right? It took losing you and not being in a relationship with you for them to come back. But it depends on what you Scorpios, what type of time you Scorpios are really on, so to speak. Usually my relationships, or when I get to know somebody, usually ends terribly, right? They can never just leave peacefully. It's always got to be, you know what I mean? It's always got to be some form of conflict, when they are leaving, or when I don't, want to hang out with them, when I want to separate, because they're usually going at me or saying stuff like I ain't worth a whole lot, or something to that degree. So if you can get the person to leave peacefully, oh, that's a blessing if you ask me. Because if I'm ending a relationship, I would love for it, or the relationship is ending, I would love for it to be peaceful. Because I've never had, I don't want to say this, but it's the truth, I've never had a peaceful ending to a relationship in my life. All the people who I've spoken to, I've never had a peaceful ending to a relationship in my life. It was 100%. It was always, you ain't worth this. I don't know if I'm gonna talk to you again. You ain't this. Just this wild, out of, what I'm saying, or sometimes they're spazzing out on me, and that's what ends it. They're calling me names, they're going at me, they're just going at me just out of nowhere. So it's like, you Scorpios are doing your thing when it comes to creating this relationship, creating the ending to it, where you're walking away, but you're walking away on your own terms. That's great. Now, hold on. Okay, now to clarify the world, let's get into that. Because it seems like you Scorpios have got something else going on, and you Scorpios don't necessarily care too much about the relationship that's going on, or the potential reigniting of the relationship that you've got. Let's see what y'all have got. The Nine of Wands, the Tower, the Five of Pentacles. The Nine of Wands is that you pretty much, you may not necessarily have anything else going on. You just don't want to be with them. It's the Nine of Wands. You remember those days of trials and tribulations trying to be with this person, because soon as this person felt like you hit a zenith in the relationship, some sort of happy point, out of nowhere they started up with their stuff where now all of a sudden it's, oh, they figure they don't have to put in effort anymore. The Tower represents that fall from that zenith, right? And it represents how now all of a sudden, and the Tower represents Scorpio. So there you go. You did show up. So the Tower represents, and falling from the Tower specifically represents that zenith that the two of you fell from, where it really was their fault, where, they just couldn't keep it up. They couldn't keep it together. They don't know how to be in a very long-term relationship. And as a result, and it's invoked correctly. So this is a situation where, no matter how much it is that you Scorpios try to create to keep that relationship intact and keep going up, right? Grow from that, make the relationship even better from the two of you working together. They had a problem with it. They ignored you. They spent more time away. They started to neglect you. Well, the Five of Pentacles is that now the tables have turned. Now things have turned against them. And it's not to say that you're looking to hurt or punish them. You're just getting way out of dodge because you don't want to be a part of this at all, which is a very good idea. Because if you Scorpios ask me, I would suggest be the hermit, in that sense, be a hermit in that sense. Just kind of, but then again, too, this necessarily isn't built for everybody. For me, I can be the hermit because for me, I'm already alone. I really am a lone wolf anyway. I really am a lone wolf, though. If you ever met me in real life, I really am a lone wolf. I don't really have a whole lot of people around me and stuff like this because I've had, because a lot of people, they not really built to be cool. They're not really built for that family bond. When it comes to stuff like this, they act like this. So the point that I'm trying to get here is that a lot of you Scorpios are loners sometimes too, a little bit as well, right? Because you do have some Scorpios who can be socialites, right? Where the Scorpios are in a position where they're born into having to socialize with a lot of people, right? Regardless of whether or not they want to, it's part of the package when it comes to their life, right? Their livelihood or their lifestyle. And you may have to, but at heart though, the Scorpios, y'all are loners because you don't want to get into, a lot of you don't want to get into the trappings of the duplicity of relationships, of people, right? So let's clarify the Six of Cups. You have the Knight of Wands, the Five of Swords, the Four of Cups. The Knight of Wands is that now this person wants to come in. Now this person wants to be serious, but I don't think you can take them seriously though. I don't think you really can. I think this, based upon what I'm seeing from the cards, you should really leave this relationship behind and understand that there's no more juice in this relationship. The juice is not worth the squeeze. The Five of Swords and the Four of Cups represent how, yes, your best bet is to reject them, because the first time while you were in a relationship, they rejected you and didn't have a problem with it. And things that the Four of Cups is, give them a taste of their own medicine. See, this is one of the times where Scorpios can reject and bite back or sting the person, and it's justified. See, the thing about Scorpio is that Scorpio sometimes it has a problem with understanding that it's not about, the reason why it is that things backfire for you is not about the sting that you implement. It's about when you sting that implements. You have to learn to be more patient. Scorpios can be patient, but you have to have very good judgment as well. You have to be justified. You have to be responsible in your sting. Because if you're not, then it backfires on you. I'm really giving a lot to the Scorpios in this reading so that the Scorpios could be put on game. That's why the sting, that's when and why the sting backfires on Scorpios. If the sting that you implement is not justified. Peace.